A major weather pattern change is on the way, which will help return winter to more typical conditions. This shift is primarily driven by a significant alteration in the jet stream, resulting in substantial snowfall and heavy ice storms across many regions of the United States. Once we reach March, tornado season will be in full swing. Signs indicate the potential for more severe weather due to the rearrangement of upper air dynamics and the atmospheric conditions. We can also expect a very active winter through late March and possibly into early April, thanks to the current atmospheric conditions. Last year's hurricane season was relatively calm, but the winter proved to be quite active. This situation closely resembles the winter of 2013 and 2014, which also experienced a quiet hurricane season followed by a noticeably active winter. It's important to note that snowfall rates have been decreasing in the United States over the past few years, a trend linked to global warming, which causes more precipitation to fall as rain rather than snow. So in today's forecast, we'll break down exactly what you need to know about this significant pattern change, what it will bring, and the potential activity of this tornado season. Alright, now I want to go ahead and begin with our precipitation type, as this is how we can view all of the precipitation in the United States that is currently occurring. So starting right now, we have a little bit of rain showers moving into parts of Washington, a little bit of snow over parts of New York and Pennsylvania, but as we move on later into today and into tomorrow, that rain sort of just starts to hover over Washington, which could bring a threat of some significant flash flooding in very, very northwestern parts of the United States. Overall, nothing really happens over the next few days. We get some snow up in the northeast, and then rain starts to move into Texas tomorrow. We get some snow in Wyoming later on into the day and into tomorrow. Some rain showers scattering across parts of the northeastern United States, while some snow is more up in the northern parts of the United States. And then as we move on into Wednesday, this rain shower continues to move off. We still continue to see snow up in parts of the northeast. But overall, nothing is going to happen that is too crazy. Some rain will hit parts of the southeast and eastern parts of the United States on Wednesday. Some snow up in the northeast as well. And then as we move on into Thursday, some severe storms off of the east coast, which won't bring anything too crazy, as it will not be affecting the United States. But we could see some rip current statements along the eastern coast. So make sure that you are not swimming, and if you are, make sure you swim nearby a lifeguard. Some snow continues to stay really hovering over parts of the northeast and even parts of the southeast, as we can see some snow as far south as Huntsville, Alabama. Overall, nothing too crazy will happen. We will have some freezing rain up in parts of Canada, just north of North Dakota. Like I said, a whole bunch of snow on the eastern side. Really no rain other than just some snow and sleet in the United States over the next few days on into next Saturday. Or on into Saturdays, will continue to see some snow, really over parts of the northeast, and even just mainly eastern sides in general. But nothing too crazy occurs over the next few weeks, other than just some snow. As we move on into next Wednesday, next Thursday, just some rain. We could see some freezing rain in parts of Kentucky around Bowling Green. Nashville could be receiving some rain, as well as Memphis. Parts of Arkansas and into Missouri could be seeing some rain. Ice and snow in parts of the northwest. Some rain showers continue to stay over the south parts as we move on into next Thursday. Like I said, this will be a week from this coming Thursday. We could see some freezing rain start to form over Arkansas and Missouri, which could move across parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, everything like that. But we will get more on into the snowfall rates in just a minute. Overall, the United States continues to stay pretty quiet over the next 2 to 3 weeks, other than an insane amount of snow, which is why I said this will be a very active winter. We might have some storms start to fire up on the 27th over parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, but overall nothing too crazy is going to be happening over the next 2 to 3 weeks. I want to go ahead and begin to take a look at our total snowfall until about January 27th. So starting off today, it's currently Monday, January 12th, 2026. But we have some snow start to sort of accumulate up here in parts of New York and Pennsylvania over the northeast, which really tends to see a lot of snow. As we move on into the 15th, it begins to sort of creep its way down towards the southeast, moving into parts of Huntsville, Alabama. And as we continue to move on, parts of Minnesota could be receiving some snow, Wyoming, South Dakota, pretty much the whole United States. This is our total snowfall, so it will not all the snow will not be here at the same time, but this is just showing all of the snow that's going to occur over the next few days. Some snow really starts to creep down into parts of Alabama. Snow continues to build up in parts of the northeast. Some snow moving across parts of Arkansas into Oklahoma and Texas. A whole bunch of snow up towards the Pacific Northwest, which I want to go ahead and take a look at this, especially for parts of the Pacific Northwest. As you all could be seeing, up to 54 inches of snow, 64 inches of snowfall as we move on into the next 8 days. Some snow continues to occur over the northwest and northern parts of the United States, which is where snow continues to occur, which will normally happen. Now, I want to go ahead and take a look at this. Some snow begins to move into Alabama, which has had temperatures upwards of 70 degrees over the past few weeks and days. But we could be seeing a whole bunch of snowfall down in the southern parts of the United States, as some can potentially range down all the way from New York and Pennsylvania, all the way down to the border of Georgia and Florida. This is how much snowfall we could be receiving in the United States on into January 27th. Okay, now I want to go ahead and take a look at our jet stream, as this is what does control all the weather that we see in the United States. This is sort of that upper air dynamics as I was talking about earlier on in the intro. Starting right now, we've got a little bit of snow over parts of the northeast. Our jet stream continues to stay in a normal sort of path, but it shifts into this weirder sort of trough, I guess you could call it, which could bring some rain to parts of the southeast over the next few-ish days. Continues to sort of shape back into a normal jet stream shape. We could be receiving some snow to parts of the northeast if you were in this area where this gap is. Overall, nothing continues to stay too crazy as we get on into January 20th, January 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Just bringing a whole bunch of snow up to the northern parts of the United States, as well as parts of the southeast especially. We could be receiving some more rainfall and even some snow as we move on into the 25th, and even potentially some severe thunderstorms. Nothing continues to be too crazy as we move on to the 27th. Overall, it'll be pretty quiet, but we will have a very active winter this year, especially in the month of January and into February. However, that was all we had to talk about in today's video. Sorry this video was kind of rushed. I was on a time limit here. But you can click right here to subscribe to the channel that I go live on. I go live during any severe weather event if it has a major threat to the United States or a major threat to areas around the United States. For example, the Jamaica hurricane that hit last year. You can click right here to subscribe to the channel that I just post videos on. You can click right here to watch my latest video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all the next time. Peace!